we are moving along, and I'm making another video on converting decimals to fractions. So, decimals. Oh, goodness me. Decimals to fractions. And this is actually really just the easiest topic ever. As long as you can count, you can do this. And all I mean by that is, if you have something like this, 0.4, you count, this is one spot after the decimal, which means it's in the 10th place. And so it's the same as 4 over 10. Now, the reason why I say if you can count, you can do this, is because it's one spot after, and there's only one zero. Now, I don't really like saying that. The real true way of saying this is, it's 4/10. So if I had 0.04, this is now in the 10th hundredths place. So it'd be 4 out of 100. And once again, now you can see there's two decimals, so there's two zeros. And like I said, that's not really the way you should be saying it. You should say 4/100ths. But if it helps you remember it, that's great. Here's one, 3.010. Now, you might say, well, there's 3, but you can ignore that 0 because that 0 is just kind of superfluous. I mean, I could add zeros on forever if I wanted to, because they don't actually have a value. So I'm going to say, well, I'm two spaces after the decimal, so that's the hundredths place. So I'm going to take this whole number, and it's 301 over 100. So it's 301 hundredths. And that's kind of the idea. I'm going to do one more like that. 6.205. This is now 10 hundredths thousandths. This is 3 decimals after, 3 decimal places after. And the 5 is in the 10 hundred thousandths place. So I'll go 6205 over 1,000. And once again, you can see there's 3 zeros. Now you might say, what if there's a repeating decimal? Like 0.3333. Well, you can see it repeats in the 10th place. And there is a trick to doing this. It requires something called algebra, which you may not have learned yet. But I'll just give you an example. Let's say, what if I said x equals 0.3 repeating? If I multiplied x by 10, I would get 10x. Well, if you multiply 0.3 repeating by 10, let's see if I can show you. I'm going to say 0.333333333. Just going to do a whole bunch of 3's times 10. You get 3.3 repeating. And you might say, well, that's almost exactly the same as what we had. 3.3333 repeating, right? Now, I'm going to subtract an x. I'm going to subtract one x. But remember, x was 0.3. So if I subtract x from one side, I have to subtract it from the other. What's 10x minus 1x? Well, if I had 10 apples and I took away an apple, I'd have 9 apples. So 10x minus 1x must be 9x. And now if I had 3.3 repeating minus 0.3 repeating, take a look at what happens. All my 3's disappear. No, they don't disappear. The first one stays. All my 3's after the decimal subtract out. Now I don't want 9x's, so I'm going to divide by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. And so 9 divided by 9x is, or 9x divided by 9 is 1x, equals 3 over 9. Oops. And 3 over 9 is the same as 1/3. Alright, well, like I said, I'm not so concerned if you don't understand that. Don't worry about it, because you are in 7th grade, but you should understand this. Hope that makes sense. Thanks.